Alzaafarana FPSO, a floating, production, storage and offloading facility. The FPSO lies 6 kilometers off the Egyptian coast on the north end of the Gulf of Suez, one of the busiest shipping routes in the world and an important fishing ground. The ZAFCO field manager is in overall charge of the field operation. The FPSO is a ship with a master and a marine crew, as well as an oil production facility. The marine crew include the engine room personnel. The master is responsible for the safe and orderly handling of the vessel. You will be transported to the FPSO on a supply vessel. Ensure that you understand all the relevant safety and emergency procedures. Oil is produced from a remote production platform and pumped through a sub-sea flow line to the FPSO, where the crude is processed and stored in the ship's cargo tanks. About once a month, the crude is shipped out on an export tanker. When transferring by a mechanical frog or personnel basket from the vessel to the FPSO, be sure you're wearing a life jacket and that you understand the correct position for the transfer. Follow the instructions of the deck supervisor. Immediately you're on board, you'll be taken to the radio room and registered by the field safety officer for induction.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
You'll be shown your muster station.
And go direct to the master station.
Then you'll be taken to your cabin. Be sure you know where your life preserver is stored. The company's safety policy spells out the company's commitment to your welfare on the FPSO, but safety remains everyone's personal responsibility. On the back of your cabin door, there is an escape route plan. In the case of an emergency, there are clearly marked escape routes. All walkways are clearly marked with yellow paint. Be sure you stick to them. You never know when an emergency will occur. When you hear an alarm, always respond properly. There are different visual and auditory alarms. Amber and the siren are for gas. The bell and red flashing lights are for fire. When the blue light flashes and both alarms sound simultaneously, it is a signal to abandon ship.
Okay. Bridge, everybody present.
Pay close attention to the cox's instructions.
Okay. Grab yourself and shove when you're ready.
If evacuation by lifeboat is impossible, there are life rafts at the muster stations. Also, a life raft is located further forward, port side. For man overboard, life rings are available. Some have ropes, some do not. Use whichever is nearest. Be sure you know where to find fire hoses. Different fire extinguishers have different uses. These will be explained to you. Certain areas of the FPSO are restricted. These restrictions are for everyone's safety. Generally speaking, the production crew should never enter the engine room and ship's working spaces without prior approval, and the marine crew should never enter the process area without approval. And when outside the living quarters, on deck, or in a work area, always ensure that you are wearing the right protective clothing. This may vary from job to job. A no smoking policy operates on the Alzaafarana. Never smoke where you see no smoking signs. You are only allowed to smoke in the mess and recreation rooms, conference room and designated offices. Do not smoke in your cabin. Smoking and naked lights are both extremely dangerous and are absolutely forbidden at all times outside these areas. Smoking on the platform is only allowed in the accommodation quarters. Only safety matches are permitted on the FPSO. Plastic butane lighters are not allowed. Certain personnel will have to go to the remote platform on a daily basis. Before you go, understand all the safety procedures and escape routes if you're working at the platform. Always wear a life preserver for the transfer to the boat landing area. There is a helideck on the FPSO, primarily for medical evacuation in an emergency. In normal times, as during helicopter operations, all personnel should stay well away from the helideck. Should it be necessary for you to go onto the helideck, be aware that there are 2 escape routes. A permit to work system operates on the FPSO. Learn how the system works. Be sure you are always working within the terms of your permit. It is a company policy that all accidents, incidents and near misses be reported. Incident reporting is often misunderstood. It is an essential tool to ensure your safety on board.
Why did this accident happen?
The idea is not to punish, but to help. Be as helpful as you can if you're involved in reporting an incident.
Why? How? Where?
Trained emergency teams will come into action if there is a fire or emergency. They will use the fire hoses and emergency equipment located throughout the FPSO. Never tamper with this or any other safety equipment. The safety standby boat is a special firefighting vessel and is always on station. But it doesn't matter how much equipment the company has to ensure safe operations unless each individual on board is totally committed to their own safety and the welfare of their workmates.